Sales journal. Sales are total revenues from goods or services sold or provided to customer. Sales may be cash sales or credit sales. Sales journal is also specialized accounting journal and prime of entry book. It is used in accounting system to keep track of sales of items that customer purchase it. A purchase on account by charging a receivable on debit side and crediting revenue on credit side of an accounting. It differs from the cash receipt journal in that latter will serve to book sales when cash is received. It also records all of the company sales on credit. Besides that, sales are made up of inventory sale or other merchandise sale. Moreover, cash sale of inventory are recorded in the cash receipt journal. Lastly, both cash and credit sales of non-inventory or merchandise are recorded in the general journal. The example transaction that should be recorded in sales journal is sold scarf to Jaja Trading on credit RM700.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to Puan Azia. My name is Hana Zahira binti Muhammad Zamri from DPA101. Today I'm going to talk about purchase journal. What is purchase journal? A purchase journal is a journal used to record goods such as merchandise, stock or inventory that are purchased on credit. A credit purchase is where goods or services were bought from a supplier and the supplier and business agree for the payment to be paid at a future date. After a credit purchase has been made, an invoice is usually sent from the supplier demanding payment by a certain date. A purchase invoice is a source document which provides a record of the purchase transaction. To do this purchase journal, you will have to open a T account and name it as purchase journal. There will be 5 columns in the purchase journal, which is the first column will be the date of the transaction. The second column will be the particulars, which is the name of the supplier which the purchase was made from. Next, in the third column will be the invoice number. In the fourth column is the folio, which provides a quick reference of where the other account can be found in the accounting system. And finally, in the final column, which is the fifth column, will be the amount of the transaction. Each purchase in the purchase journal will be posted separately in each supplier or creditor account on the credit side, which is the right side, that are held in the purchase ledger. And lastly, to complete the double entry, the total of the purchase journal will be entered on the debit side, which is the left side of the purchase account in the general ledger. That's all from me. Thank you.
The cash payment journal is a journal used for recording all cash payment paid by the business. In other words, it is a special journal used for recording cash disbursement done by check. Some examples of chief cash payment in business include cash purchase of supplies, equipment, payment to creditors, cash payment for expenses like rent, sales, and insurance. The example of transaction that should be recorded in cash payment journal is paid shop assistant salary of RM400 in cash.
Written inward journal. Written inward is the term used to describe written item after being sold to the buyer. It is a book of original entry which is used to record goods which have been written by the buyer to the seller due to some discrepancies. Written outwards journal. Written outward is defined as the written back of the good by the buyer to the seller. When the buyer of the good notices some sort of discrepancies such as physical damage, bad quality or wrong quantity, they will prepare a damaged good note and send it back to the seller together with the goods with issues.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Nur Anika Kisina binti Ruastan. I'm from DPM1 and my matrix number is 01 DPM 22F1004, and today I'm going to tell what is cash receipt journal. A cash receipt journal is an accounting journal that keeps a record of all transactions made by a business. It follows the rules of cash accounting and records a transaction as and when it is complete. A cash receipt journal is a specialized accounting journal, and it is referred to as the main entry book used in an accounting system to keep track of the sales of items when cash is received, by crediting sales and debiting cash and transactions related to receipts. Sales on account are booked instead of in the sales journal. The function or use of cash receipt journal is to record all cash received from any source. Source documents are the most common is the receipt and the cash register summary. Cash receipt journal is considered as the separate part of cash book, cash account, as it is record to the cash inflow of the business. The source document of this prime entry book is the receipt. So, that's it. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Syahira Nabila binti Maswan. Now I will talk about general journal. First of all, we need to know what is general journal. General journal is the journal referred to a book of original entries in which accountant and bookkeepers record raw business transaction in order according to the date event occur. A general journal is first place where data is recorded, and every page in the item features dividing columns for date, serial number, as well as debit or credit record. Once a transaction is recorded in a general journal, the amount are then posted to the appropriate accounts such as account receivable, equipment, and cash transaction. Now I will talk about the function of general journal. The function of general journal are to record the following that do not belong in any of the special journals, such as the purchases, sales, cash receipts, and cash payment journal. It is also used for the recording of sales of fixed asset on credit, and also record the purchase of fixed asset on credit. It is used for opening stock entries and closing stock entries. Lastly, it is used for the correction of errors. Next is the features of general journal. General journal must have the date of transaction, the account name and number for each account impacted, the credit and debit amount, a reference number, and lastly a description of the transaction. Next, we need to know how to use general journal. Before entries is made, the maker has to decide the account which will be affected by the transaction and which account to debit and which account to credit. First of all, we need to build a table. First column, we need to insert the date of transaction. Second column is details or explanation, di mana kita perlu menulis nama akaun tersebut. Next is reference, diisi dengan folio dari mana data tersebut diambil. Sebagai contoh, GS10. Maksudnya data tersebut, akaun tersebut diambil daripada General Ledger 10. Seterusnya, debit amount and credit amount. Untuk menentukan nilai mana, akaun mana yang perlu didebit dan akaun mana yang perlu dikredit, kita kena tahu prinsip of double entries. Melalui prinsip tersebut, kita boleh tahu nilai mana yang perlu dikredit dan nilai mana yang perlu didebitkan.